So how'd that drifting come to be, Steve? I'm thinking it's probably an ocean tactic maybe that kind of found its way to fresh water.
I have no idea. I'll tell you where I learned it at was a little old dude that I met on a ramp after me and a buddy of mine fished all night and never had a fish. I had run out of cigarettes when I smoked, and he had a light. No, I had cigarettes but no lighter. He had a lighter and no cigarettes. So when we met at the ramp, we kind of exchanged that, and right before he left, he said, well, I'm gonna go home and get some supper or get some breakfast and come back out and drift these blues. And I asked him, I said, you know, I ain't trying to be a smart aleck or anything. I said, but what makes you think you can go out there today and catch them blues when you didn't catch nothing all night last night? And he said drifting, and he showed me. He didn't show me how to do it, but he told me how to do it. And today, that's still what I'm doing, but it worked. It worked. I don't know what the trick was or why he wasn't doing it the night before to catch fish, but and you can catch them in the hottest part of the day, drifting, just spin drifting like this. So that's where I learned to do it. I went home and after I fished all night, got me some food and changed my clothes, and come back out, and boom, it was on. So that's how I learned how to do it.
So before that, you're out just anchored up, casting out?
Anchored up, casting out, yeah.
Now it's a pretty popular deal in tournaments and all that, huh?
Yeah, and I ain't saying I invented it. I mean, other people learned it too, and maybe not from that guy, maybe not from me. They just probably knew it. It's been around a long time. But when I first started catfishing the rivers, there wasn't a whole lot of people out there fishing.
Yeah, well, I didn't know about it until I started watching your videos. Yeah, I'd come out here and just either throw an anchor or just fish off the bank or something. But yeah, it's a new technique, and especially over here, I don't see anybody else doing this. If you see a boat come by, they're trolling for white bass, or, you know, but they're not doing this type of fishing out here.
Well, I'd say it would take me a few days. I mean, I know this is the first hour we've actually been on this river or lake, so I'm taking a little time to try to figure it out. But the wind has kept us down, but it's not so bad today, so we're going to just look around and see what we can find.
All right, well, let's give it a shot. For those of you guys asking about my trolling motor, it's still kicking. It's taking a licking and kept on kicking. Still pretty happy with it. No complaints.
All right.
So, what are we doing, Steve?
Well, we've come up in this shallow water, and we are going to attempt to drag. It's just not deep enough to let me have that cutting board there. We're not deep enough to do any drifting, so we're going to drag. And then, as far as the terminology, drifting, you know, the guys out in South Carolina, they'll be dragging, but they'll call it drifting. So it just depends on where you're located in the country or what you're doing.
But to get specific, the baits are on the bottom being pulled.
Being pulled, yeah.
Okay, and what kind of rig are we going to be using?
Well, it's kind of a Carolina rig, but we're going to use kind of a makeshift Carolina rig, modified Santee rig, I guess you want to call it.
All right.
We're going to put a swivel on, no sinker at all just yet. I'm going to tie this with a polymer knot. You could use a different knot, but I done got this one started and done. So find my leader line. I'm going to use about 3-foot piece of leader. I'm going to tie it to my swivel using another clinch knot, I think is what the name is. a sneller hook. I'm using a Mustad octopus circle.
What size?
This is a number 10, but you know that's all I brought with me.
What would you normally use?
Well, I normally 10,
All right.
but I don't know about here. You know, I need a few more days here to figure this place out. You know, of course we've been here a few days, but this is the first day we've actually been able to really just get on the water and do some fishing. Now we got this long leader. We're ready to go. You got these clips. We're going to try to see if these clips won't work. They're a little small, but we'll see what's happening. We might be able to just use them still, but might have to tie this anchor on. How is that working? There we go. Now we're just going to clip this little clip here onto my swivel. And hopefully this will be small enough we can clip this on. Ain't gonna happen, I don't think. You know what? It will work because we don't need a lot of weight here. I think I seen you had some different weights in here. Yep. That 2 would have been good, but we've got these little ones. They're going to be just fine. We'll clip that on. Now that's what we have right there. We're just going to drag that along the bottom. I don't know what we got, 7, 8 foot right here, Chris. We're going to tip it with a shad. And that's the number 1 rig.
All right, Steve, I got a question for you.
All right.
So when you're drifting and dragging, the idea behind that, you're using circle hooks, right?
Uh-huh.
You want the rod to set that hook. So when you set your drag, where are you setting your drag at?
I just crank it down.
You're completely down?
Well,
or
yeah, I mean, to make it where you tough, I always grab it. I can do it right now for you. I always grab it with my fingers and make sure I can pull it. If I can pull it pretty tough, now you just don't want to be able to, you know, really pull it easy. You know, like that, that's just too easy. So you crank her down, but it's got to have to wrap it around and then enough for a big fish. When he hits it, he's going to be able to take some drag rather than...
He's going to hook himself before he starts running the drag.
And you know, there's some guys that say the perfect drag is 8 pounds of drag. I don't know how to put 8 pounds of drag on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any idea.
You know, and there's guys that do it, you know, they'll have an 8-pound block of lead or something and they use it, but I just kind of use it, kind of gauge it by feel.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
We're still at it out here.
Yeah, we're drifting at about, well, we're dragging at about 0.3. But we've used your trolling motor a little bit, and I think the in between 1 and 2 is kind of low, so we have to jump it up a little bit, but then that's a little too fast. So we just have to kick it on and off every so often.
Well, we're going to try to find them, guys. All right, guys, Steve just broke the ice. Look at that.
We need his mama or his daddy. I don't know how he got that 10-aught hook in his face. And This is one of them dangerous ones. We can almost use him for bait. All right, there's my first catfish in New Mexico.